Good evening. Today we are discussing about SQL. So already we discussed what is Oracle and why is Oracle. Oracle is a database. It is also known as RDBMS, Relational Database Management System. Oracle is useful to store data and to manage the data. Oracle is useful to store data and to manage data according to your business requirement. First of all, we have to store the data. So how it is? If you want to store data, you need to connect to database. After connecting to database, you should write a query or program. How to write a query? By using SQL, we can write queries. What is SQL? SQL means it is a structured query language. Structured query language. It is useful to communicate with any one database. If you want to communicate with the database, then we are using SQL language. So by using SQL, you can write statements. You can write statements. Those statements are called as queries. Again, I am repeating, SQL is a language. It is useful to communicate with database. And by using SQL, we will write statements. Those statements are known as queries. Now, in SQL, what are the components? We are learning SQL, okay. What are the components in the SQL? See, let me compare SQL and with any other common language. Here I am comparing SQL with English. So here this is English. What is there in English? What is there in English? First we are learning alphabets. First we are learning alphabets. Next, we are learning by using alphabets. We are learning about words. And then grammar rules. We are learning grammar rules. By using all these things, we are writing sentences. If you write a group of sentences, this is called as a paragraph. If you write a set of paragraphs, this is becoming as a story. In English, we are learning about alphabets first. After learning about alphabets, by using alphabets, we are writing words. And also we are learning grammar rules. By using these three, we will write sentences. If you write a group of sentences, that is called as a paragraph. If you write a set of paragraphs, that is known as a story. Can I compare this with SQL? Yes, you can compare this with SQL. What is SQL? SQL is a language. What is the purpose of SQL? What is the purpose of SQL? See, to communicate with the database. What is there in SQL? So we have to learn commands. Every command is having some keywords. And we have to follow syntax rules. By using the above three, we will write statements. Those statements are called as queries. If you write a set of statements as a single component, that is called as the program. If you write a set of programs in a single unit, that is called as a package. This is what we are learning in SQL. The last two components we will learn under PLSQL. Programs and packages we are going to learn under PLSQL. Yeah. And then see, first we need to discuss about commands. We need to discuss about commands. What are the commands under SQL? In SQL, the commands are divided into 5 categories. The commands are divided into 5 categories. That is DDL, DML, DCL, TCL, and DRL. DRL or DQL, both are same. Again, I'm repeating, DDL, data definition language. DML, data manipulation language. DCL, data control language. TCL, transaction control language. And finally, DRL, data retrieval level language. What are the commands under DDL? What are the commands under DDL? See, data definition language. Under this category, we have 5 commands: create, alter, drop, truncate, rename. Create, alter, drop, truncate, rename. And then next, see, what is the use of each command? That we will discuss in the further classes. What is the purpose of each command? That we will discuss in further classes. Next one is DML commands, data manipulation language commands. Data manipulation language commands, that is insert, update, delete. In this category, we have 3 commands. Those are known as insert, update, and delete. Next one, DRL or DQL command. DRL or DQL command. Data retrieval language or data query language command. There is only one command, select. There is only one command, select. Next one is DCL command. Data control language. What is that? Grant and revoke. What are the commands? Grant and revoke. And finally, TCL commands. TCL stands for transaction control language commands. Under these 3 commands are there: commit, rollback, save point. Commit, rollback, and save point. Now, these are about commands. In the future classes, in the further classes, we will discuss each and every command properly in detail. Don't worry about it. So we know what are the commands in SQL. And we know how to write a query. We know how to write a statement. The statement is called as query. Where should I write the queries? I know how to write a query. We have the knowledge. Then where should I write a query? Can I write in Notepad file? No. Can I write in Excel sheet? No. Then where should I write a query? You can write queries under any client tool. We can write queries under any one client tool. The default client tool is SQL Star Plus. The default client tool is SQL Star Plus. So what type of tool it is? See, SQL Star Plus is a CUI type client tool. SQL Star Plus is a CUI client tool. So client tool is an interface. Client tool is an interface between end user and database. Client tool window is an interface between end user and database. In the client tool window, we can write queries and programs. If you see the below process, then you can easily understand. This is a client user. The user is making a request. That request should be submitted in SQL Star Plus in the form of a query. Again, there is a client user. The user can submit request in the form of query under SQL Star Plus window. That query is executing on database. Query or program, anything. From the database, we are getting output. That output again displaying on SQL Star Plus window. The output is again displaying on SQL Star Plus window. Again, I am repeating. We know what is SQL and we know how to write queries. Where should I write a query? We can write queries in any client tool. One of the default client tool is SQL Star Plus. It is also known as interface between end user and database server. Now, in the SQL Star Plus window, we can write queries. That queries are executing on database server. From the database server, we are getting output. The output again displaying on SQL Star Plus. Now, okay, we understand what is SQL Star Plus. Then, how can I open it? How can I open SQL Star Plus? See, navigation, go to Start, Programs, Oracle. See, go to Start button. From there, select Programs. In the Programs, select Oracle folder. Under Oracle folder, select SQL Plus icon. Start, Programs, Oracle. Under Oracle, select SQL Plus icon. Okay, now see here guys, let me show you what is the navigation. This is the Start button. From Start, go to Programs. In these programs, navigate to Oracle folder. Navigating to Oracle folder. You can see there is Oracle folder. Select it. Under Oracle folder, you can see one icon that is called as SQL Plus. Select it. If you select SQL Plus icon, then SQL Star Plus window, it is called as SQL Plus. SQL Plus window will be opened. Before connecting to database, we should submit username and password. You need to submit username and password. In the real-time companies, username and passwords are provided by DBA. But in the local machine, you have to understand how to create username, user account. that I will explain today only. So anyway, once you have connected, once you have opened SQL Plus, you need to submit username and password. This is one method. What is the navigation process? Start from there, select programs. In programs, select Oracle folder. Under Oracle folder, select the icon SQL Plus. Now, let me close this. There is another method is also there. What is the other method? See, I want to start SQL Plus from command window. From the command window also you can open SQL Plus. Opening SQL Plus from the command window. Opening SQL Plus from command window. How to open? Come to here. First, open command window. This is command window. Here type SQL Plus. Enter. Just type the command SQL Plus, then enter. Then your SQL Star Plus application will be started. And it is asking about username and password. Let me close this. Next one. Next one. There is one more other process to open SQL Plus. First process is navigation. Go to Start, Programs, Oracle, from there SQL Plus. That is first process. Second process is open command window, type SQL Plus. Open command window, type SQL Plus, hit enter. Then also SQL Plus will be started. Now, third step, third method. What is the third different method to open it? Come to search window. In the search window, type SQL Plus. Type SQL Plus. You can see the icon. Select it. Then also it will be opened. Three methods. From the start button, you can open SQL Plus. From the command window, you can open SQL Star Plus. And from search button also, you can open SQL Plus. Okay. Here, I want to explain some properties of SQL Plus. Some properties of SQL Plus. Hold a moment. SQL Plus Dinesh 9/welcome. Don't worry about all these things. Okay. First, you have to know how to create user account. Before that, I want to explain some points here. Here, I am writing one query. Select star from DEPT and also select star from EMP. This is impossible. At a time, you should write only one query. At a time, you should write only one query. Otherwise, it will display error. In SQL Star Plus, at a time, only one query is allowed. And one more point. At the end of the query, we should specify semicolon. We should specify semicolon. See here. If I don't specify semicolon, command is not executing. So compulsory end the query with semicolon. End the query with semicolon. Compulsory. Select star from anyone. Suppose EMPS. You are getting data. First one, only one query at a time you have to type. Second one, each query end with the semicolon. Third one, you can write queries in capital case, small case, mixed case. You can write queries in any case, no problem. That point is known as queries are not case sensitive. Queries are not case sensitive. Next one. Okay. And remember, all SQL queries or SQL commands are ANSI standard. SQL commands are ANSI standard. What is ANSI standard? ANSI means American National Standard Institute. American National Standard Institute. So it's one standardization organization. So what is the benefit of this standardization? Because of this standardization, Oracle SQL commands are valid in any RDBMS. You can use the same commands in any RDBMS, not only in Oracle. We can also say like this: SQL commands are universally accepted by any RDBMS. SQL commands are accepted by any RDBMS. These are the properties of SQL Start Plus. Now, see what we are discussing actually. SQL Start Plus. What is SQL Start Plus? It is a client tool. What kind of client tool? CUI client tool. Its look and environment is command user interface. It is look like a command window. See, for anything you have to write a query. You don't see any icons. It will not support any graphical icons. Means that environment is a CUI environment. Other than CUI environment, we have GUI tools are also there. We have GUI tools. What are the GUI tools? SQL Plus is a CUI tool to communicate with the database. But other than CUI tool, we have some GUI tools. What are the GUI tools? SQL Developer, PL SQL Developer, Toad, SQL Developer, PL SQL Developer, and Toad. Okay, now see, what are these things? These are also like interface between you and your database. But these are GUI, graphical user interface tools. You can see some icons. So if you are using these tools, without typing a command, without typing a query, you can do some tasks by selecting icons in that window. You can perform some tasks by selecting icons in that window. So it is minimizing your work. It is minimizing your query writing process. That is GUI tools. Listen, in our training, you are learning both CUI tool. We are working with CUI environment, and also we are working with GUI environment. GUI environment. Now, I want to explain how to create a user account. How to create a user account in Oracle 11G. My first point is how to create user account in Oracle 11G. Okay, how to create user account. First step, connect as DBA. Connect as DBA. How to connect? Here I am writing sub steps. Open SQL plus window. Open SQL plus window. Next step, in that window, username is system and password is, okay, let me minimize, let me simplify this. Okay, open command window. Just I'm simplifying the solution. See, and here type like this. What you have to type? SQL plus system and manager. Thus, DBA username is system and the DBA password is manager. Okay, DBA connected to your database. DBA connected to your database. Now, create the user account. Create user Dinesh identified by welcome. User created. User was created. Now, for this user, you should give a password, give some permissions. Grant resource comma connect to Dinesh. Completed. User account created in Oracle 11G. Okay, and then finally exit. What is the command? Exit. If you write exit, you will be disconnected from database. You will be disconnected from database. Window will be closed. Now, my next process is, how do I connect as Dinesh? Dinesh account is ready. Present, I want to connect as Dinesh. How do I connect? Same process. First step, open command window. And second step, type what you are typing. SQL plus Dinesh / welcome. Finish. You will be connected automatically as Dinesh. Simple solution. This is the process to create user account in Oracle 11G. To create user account in Oracle 11G. Now I want to explain how to create user account in 12C, 18C or 19C. How to create user account in 12C, 18C, 19C. Okay, I want to, let me save this. User creation in 11G. Now, how to create user account in 12C or 18C or 19C. How to create user account in Oracle 12C, 18C, 19C. All are same process. Before going to discuss about this, I want to explain the diagram first. What is the diagram? Under training, let's see here, guys. Just I want to explain the diagram and then I will explain how to create user account in. Yeah. See, this is your cloud architecture. In the cloud database, how to create user account. Remember, in the cloud database, first container database admin connected to CDB. From there, he switched into local database. In the local database, he will create a user account. This is the user account for whom? Developer. Remember, again I am repeating. In the cloud database, first the container database administrator connected to CDB. From CDB, the user switched into local database. In the local database, he will create a user account for developer. He is creating user account for developer. Remember, 3 steps we have to follow. So first connect as CDB admin. Next switch into local database. Next create a user account for the developer. Create user account for developer. See the first step here. What is the first step? That is open command window. The second step, type SQL plus system. System means he is a DBA. Manager 1. That's all. Okay. Then the DBA connected to CDB. What is the resultant process here? Here, DBA connected to CDB, container database. Third step. Now execute this command, alter session set container equal to ORCL PDB semicolon, enter. Alter session. So if you have doubt, I want to write like this, type this command. This is your command. Don't use double quotes, reminding everything you have to type. Whatever the content in the double quote, you should type that. Okay. Now the fourth step. What is the resultant of this one here? What is the result of the above command? DBA switched into local database. DBA switched into local database. Here
Sir,
you are, yeah.
sir, sir, actually, that is in B step type that SQL plus system are manager underscore, sir, it is?
Yes, _1.
Okay. Okay.
Actually, in my system, that is _1. So
Okay.
you can maintain any one password. Actually, we should provide this password at the time of installation of database.
Okay. Okay. So that is password.
Yes, yes, exactly. Password. Okay.
Correct.
Now, yeah. So now DBA switched into local database. Once DBA switched into local database, create user account. How to create? Create user Dinesh identified by welcome, and also don't stop it. Quote. Okay, here only I want to type quota 100M on users. Compulsory. In 11G we don't have this. But in 12C or 18C or 19C, compulsory we have to use how much size reserved for the user account. How much size reserved for user account? Compulsory. Next one. User created. Grant the permissions. Grant resource, comma, connect to Dinesh. And finally, your user account is ready. You can disconnect. So here use what is the command? Exit. Disconnecting from database. Disconnecting from database. Okay. This is one process. Just as a DBA, you have created user account and disconnecting from database. Now, what is my next process is how to connect to database as a Dinesh. Listen carefully, guys. This is a username. This is a username. What is the password? This is the password. Dinesh is username. Welcome is a password. Now, how to connect as Dinesh? I want to write how to connect as Dinesh. How to connect as Dinesh. Here Dinesh is a developer. Remember, Dinesh is connecting as a developer. How to connect? Here I am writing open command window. Open command window. Next one, type this. What you have to type? SQL plus Dinesh / welcome. Welcome is a password. @ORCLPDB. Don't use any semicolon. SQL plus Dinesh / password @ORCLPDB. Then you are connected. You will be connected as a developer. Your user account name is Dinesh. This is the simple shortcut method to connect to database. Don't miss it. So some people has a doubt. What is the doubt is, sir, how do you know manager_1 is a password for the system? How do you know this password? Actually, if you are installing the database, in that installation process, at some step it will ask you what is the password for system. It is prompting you for system password. Then you have to enter password. That password compulsory you should remember. Otherwise you are unable to connect to database. The password you must remember. Okay. So this is about user account creation. Before going to save, I want to, yeah.
So, I mean, actually, if you forget the password, another password you can create, no? The user account and password also, again.
You can change the password, but there is a separate DBA process again. There is a separate DBA process. Okay, there, like open the SQL Star Plus window and then type connect sys, or you have to type like this. Let me type here. In the SQL Star Plus window, you should type like this: connect /as sysdba. Enter. Then you will be connected. Now you can change the password. Alter user system identified by the new password. Here I am giving new password manager. So whatever the old password, forgot about it. Okay, new password of the system is manager. Then it will display user altered. After that, you can connect as system. Connect system /manager. You will be connected as system. As a system,
So
you, yeah. Come again.
No need to remember any old password, no, sir? No need to apply any.
Actually,
No need to
it
apply.
is not. Actually, it is not that this type of process is not recommended in the real time. Compulsory, we should remember the password. Suppose you are the DBA. I don't know your password. If I am able to connect like this, then where is the security for your database? Just think about the security also. So if you want to maintain proper security in the real time, you don't have permission like this. So if you don't have permission like this, means you should remember your password. By mistake, if you forgot password in the real time, you have to make a request to DBA. You should make a request to DBA. compulsory.
So in the work area, these commands will not be applicable, right?
In the work area,
These commands are not applicable. Right?
yes,
Those are not
yes,
available for us.
yes, these are not available for us. In the work area, in the live project, in the company, immediately the DBA will create user account for you. He will provide username and password. You have to use that username and password only. In the real-time company, you are a developer creating user account, managing passwords. It's not responsibility of the developer. It is the responsibility of DBA. Satvika, this type of database is not used in college domain. Why? Because this type of databases are suitable, especially cloud databases are suitable for very large scale businesses. That's why still in the colleges, most of the people are still working with 11G only. So because of nowadays, we are getting a biggest problem, that is physically the people has to live apart from each other because of COVID-19. So nowadays the cloud database will get importance. Why? Because if the college people maintain the cloud database, the students are from different places. Anyone can connect to the same college cloud. Anyone from anywhere is able to connect to the cloud database maintaining by the college. Nowadays we will get, means in the upcoming future, within 6 months or 1 year, we will get the importance of cloud database again. Yep. Okay, so this is about our user account creation. Next and last point, how to delete any user account. I want to delete user account. How to delete a user account? See how to delete any user account. If you want to delete user account, the first step is open command window. The second step is connect as DBA. And the third step is type this. What we have to type, drop user and here username. User account name is there. Okay, that user account name you have to write. Then user will be deleted. If in case if your user account is not deleting, you should apply cascade. You should apply cascade. What is cascade? Cascade keyword remove any dependencies on that user account. Cascade keyword remove any dependencies on that user. So in this way, we can delete any user account. So this is about how to create a user account and also how to delete user accounts. In both the places, listen carefully, in both the places, in what is that? In 11G also, same command to delete user account. In 12C, 18C, in any database, how to delete user account? drop username, cascade. That's all. This is about user account creation. Okay. Now.
Sir, 1 second.
Yes.
Sir,
Satish.
in 12C, in that D point, how to create user account in Oracle. Yeah, that is create user Dinesh interview welcome quota 100M. That what is 100M and D and someone you told me that
100M means 100 MB physical memory reserved for Dinesh user account. 100 MB physical memory reserved for Dinesh user account. If you want to reserve more, yes, go ahead.
I mean, sir, actually, I am very new about this software.
No problem.
Basically, I'm into the purchase department. I am working.
Okay.
In HSL. So here, I don't know these these shortcuts and everything. Actually, MB means MB. We will write, right? MB alphabet.
No.
Using only M.
Only M is enough. M stands for megabytes. Here in Oracle, M stands for megabytes. In that command, only use M. Don't use MB.
Okay. So these type of tips and everything, where we should use this semicolon and where we should use this everything. I want some basics also.
Sure. In case if you have any doubt, immediately stop me and ask me. No issue.
Yeah. So from scratch onwards, I want. That's
sure. This is from the scratch only.
Okay. And this second tips. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, guys. Today we have discussed about what is SQL, what are the commands in SQL, and how to create what is SQL Star Plus, and how to create a user account, how to delete user account. That points we have discussed. In next class, tomorrow's class, we are discussing about practically how to create a user account. First point. Second point is how to create a table. How to create a table. Okay, guys. That's all for today. Thank you, all of you. See you tomorrow. Anybody having any questions? Hello. Hold on. Satish, please hold on. Please hold on, Satish. Hi, Rajkumar. The session is at 8 o'clock, but you joined at 9 o'clock. Hi, Pallavi.
Hi, sir.
Actually, session is at 8 p.m. Why are you so late?
I got a mail that the session is at 9.
Who told you?
I got a mail, sir.
Yeah. Mail from me only?
Yes, sir.
Oh my God. The session is at 8 p.m. By mistake, I typed 9 p.m. Okay, for today, the session completed. I will give you the access. Only we discussed what is SQL and how to create user account. That part we finished. So again, I will drop a mail to all the students.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. Rajkumar. Yeah, Satish, tell me.
But how to delete any user account in that actually? Yeah, just I'm asking for not. I just type semicolon I mean, type this first service and
semicolon
drop user.
compulsory. Drop user username, drop user, suppose drop user. Yeah, it's my mistake, Rajkumar Pradhan. By mistake, I typed the session will be at 9 p.m. By mistake, I typed that. Actually, the session scheduled at 8 p.m. only. Yeah, Satish. Drop user username space cascade. Drop user username space cascade. Okay, guys, that's all for today. Thank you, all of you.
Sir. Hello?
Yes, Satish. Yes.
Drop space user space this
Don't use that arrow marks. Don't use that arrow marks. At that place, we have to type. Don't worry, Satish. Here in our document, you have that information. See, creating user account. At last, I have specified. See here, Satish. Drop user Dinesh Cascade. Don't worry about it. Right.
So will you provide this everything in the class and
Yeah. No need to copy the notes. Whatever the documents we are discussing, every document will send to your mail ID.
Okay.
Yeah. Hello, Rajkumar. Okay, guys. Thank you, all of you. Rest of the part we will discuss tomorrow. The people who missed the class, guys, don't worry. Yeah. It's my mistake, Rajkumar. By mistake, I typed 9 p.m. Until Pavani told to me, I didn't figure out that mistake even up to now. Yeah, with the same link. Tomorrow also same link. The session is at 8 p.m. All of you guys, the session is at 8 p.m. Don't worry, guys. If any person missed any class on Monday, tomorrow we have the class. Okay, don't miss the class. On Monday, I am going to take a fresh demo session on Monday. You will get each and every information on Monday again. So don't feel about we missed something. Okay. Yeah. On Monday, same time. Our session scheduled time is 8 p.m. Fix it. It should not be changed. Why? Because 9 to 10, I have another session is there. That's why our session is always 8 to 9 p.m. only. Please fix the time. Yeah. Yeah, sure, definitely. I'm going to send the documents, first day document and second day document to all the people who are registered with my GoToMeeting. For all the people, I will send these two documents. First 1 week, everyone will get the document. Everyone will be able to access videos. But after 1 week, once I got the permission from DurgaSoft, only registered people will get the access and documents. But first 4 days or 5 days, anybody, if a person attended in the meeting, then definitely we have his mail ID. So to his mail ID, we will share documents as well as video links. So anybody can access all the videos until 4 to 5 days. After that, the scenario will be changed. Right. Thank you all of you guys. See you tomorrow.